Africa 24 Media is a broadcasting media house launched in 2008. It's a 24-hour news channel that was started by Salim Amin, who also runs CameraPix. Africa 24 Media aims at telling positive stories about Africa because for a long time, most international media houses talk and focus on the negative stories about Africa.
And now we're doing something very different. Now we're trying to tell positive stories about the continent and all the great things that happen in this continent, because for many years people only talked about the negative parts of Africa. So we want to try and now focus on the positive things that are going on. So that was when we launched Africa 24, which was in 2008. So pretty much, this is in my blood. Doing journalism and telling stories is what I enjoy doing.
Salim Amin's inspiration to start A24 Media was drawn from his late father, Mohammed Amin, the founder of CameraPix that has now been running for the past 51 years.
CameraPix existed. CameraPix has been around for 51 years now. So we just celebrated our 50th anniversary at the same time that Kenya celebrated 50 years of independence. So, we've been around for a long time. But during that time, obviously spearheaded by my father, we told the big stories about Africa. He told the big stories about Africa that were primarily, unfortunately, about wars, famines, dictators, genocides. That's what everybody wanted to see in the international media about Africa. That's all they were interested in covering, was those kinds of stories. That wasn't the Africa that
CNN, Al Jazeera, and BBC didn't have bureaus in the past and were therefore relying on CameraPix for content. But later in the years, due to advancement and development in technology, the international media stations started their own bureaus and had their own personnel and technical crew where they could get the stories and cover themselves.
That people hopefully will get a chance to see if they're looking hard enough. So, we still felt that while we had a monopoly on telling big news stories for many years, the business also changed. 6, 7, 10 years ago, the business also changed. The BBCs and the CNNs and the Al Jazeeras never had bureaus in the continent. They always relied on people like us to tell the stories. They would commission us to go and cover war zones, to go to different countries. All of a sudden, they decided that we should have our own presence there. So they brought their own people, they had their own employees, they had their own camera crews. So again, our business was changing.
Africa 24 Media produces documentaries, features, and talk shows that mainly target Africans, a norm that other international media stations like CCTV Africa have also adopted.
We weren't getting as much business as we used to get, so we had to adapt as well. And over a period of a few years, we saw that actually there's a lot more satisfaction and a lot more financial reward to be told and to be made in telling positive stories about the continent, stories that nobody else is looking to tell. And also the audience is now changing. No longer were we relying on an international audience to look at Africa. We were now relying on an African audience that has become more affluent, that has become more technologically savvy, that has become more aware of its own potential and its own continent, that is now wanting to travel and do business in different parts of Africa. So Africans are now the primary target audience for us. And African audiences no longer want to see stories about genocide and war and corruption and brutality and genocide. They want to see stories about opportunities. They want to see what people are doing to get ahead in life, what great inventions and innovations Africans are coming up with in order to make their lives better, to help their communities, to help their countries, to help the continent. And those are the kinds of things that really interest us in terms of telling stories.
The production house that is situated at Multimedia University is also planning a program that will enable journalism students from MMU to gain skills and expertise through training and later manage and give jobs to some of the hardworking students with proper output to the station.
Okay, what we do at A24 Media is that we have internship opportunities. And I think, yes, we're willing to help you, but it has to come from within. You get, for me, I came in as an intern. We also had other interns who came in the same lot as I, but I'm the only one who got a job. Why? because of the passion, of the dedication, of the willingness to learn, taking initiative. Yeah, you just don't expect to, because you're here, you expect a job.
Sure.
You have to be different. You have to be passionate about what you want. Yeah, and you have to show your drive and your skills.
This kind of a program will definitely be a challenge to numerous students as they battle it out to be contained in the broadcasting media house.
Journalism is supposed to be a passion. If you're in journalism because it's a job, well, good, continue doing it because you're paying your bills, but you'll never enjoy this job. No? As in, if you want to enjoy this job and you are in the studies because you have a passion in journalism, it's a glamorous lifestyle. As in, you get happy when people are happy, you cry when people are crying, you live people's lives. You have to force yourself to live other people's lives. It's as simple as that. Yeah.